Alright, so here we go. Day 2 of figuring out how to live stream. How to route a new Way of the Samurai 4 run. This is gonna be exciting, fun times. So, yeah, let's get started. So I figured out where I went wrong the last time. And I have updated my splits so they're a bit more useful. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So we're going to do the initial setup first. I'm not going to care about changing my appearance or my name, so I'm not even saving my character. But time is basically going to start as soon as I choose not to save my character, because we don't care about that. Yeah. Let's do it. Figuring out how to run this game. Actually, I do need to reset this because I forgot to do one important setup. Because the annoying thing about this game is the first time you run it at the start takes forever. So we're going to start a new game, quit out immediately, and start another new game. This should make the intro go past a lot faster. So off we go again. So much faster. Alright. So here we go. First step is to get through the intro. So the intro we should only be seeing twice, but we will have to play through this a couple of times because I need to do some setup in order to get the true ending, the Light of Hope ending. So I'm going to do some shenanigans to start with, like earn some money so I can upgrade my sword, hopefully make the rest of the run a bit smoother. And yes, set up the game state so that we can get the correct events at the correct times. That will allow us to unlock the final ending. But as I say, first things first is to get rid of these guys because they're kind of annoying. So a bunch of interesting stuff. I'm not really interested in. It's all about attacking and blocking and fighting. An important thing that was just on screen though was Spring Harvest, which is the classic samurai movie, kill everybody all at once and look badass while doing it move. We'll see some of that later, not just now, because well, actually just now. Yes, I can't mess this up. Because it's kind of hard to remember exactly which section you're supposed to do. Sometimes you're supposed to... Oops. Oh dear. That's not good. Sometimes you're supposed to say one thing, sometimes you're supposed to say something else. Part of this run is keeping track of where you're supposed to be at every one time. Right, I'm kind of low on health, but that's okay, because I'm high on stamina, which means I will get to regen my health once we get to a quieter part. Right, so actually first things first. Okay, it's not there. Sometimes you get a free onigiri in that little section, which is useful because that regains stamina, and stamina equals health. So it's super useful. But first thing we're going to do is go to the... Shoot. I forgot to split. I always forget to split. Alright, first thing we're going to do... Oh, can't go there. No. Okay. Let's do it. I'm going to restart. Because I've chosen the wrong path. So the consulate is what I was looking for. The consulate was closed, which means I chose the wrong option. And I want the consulate to be open because I want to do some missions for the foreigners. Because the foreigners give good rewards for very little effort, which means it's very worthwhile doing their missions early on. So I'm going to do a couple of missions for them, earn a bit of money. Then we're going to do the required missions, which is the opening the hospital, opening the language school, and closing the casino. Because doing all that will unlock the correct hidden events, which will lead us to the true ending. And that's what this speedrun is all about. It's doing the true ending. Okay, let's stab that guy. Try and loot this guy. No, he doesn't have anything. So there's a couple of things that are semi-useful, let's say. Oops. So I'm looking out for weapon sharpening, stones, because that will save me money and time repairing my weapon. And my weapon is going to get... ouch. My weapon is going to get kind of messed up. So having spare weapon sharpening stones will save me some time later on. It means I won't have to visit the smithy too often. I will be visiting the smithy at least once, because I do want to upgrade my sword. I'll be doing that after the open language school mission, because I'll be in the area anyway, which is useful. Yes, I want to run towards her. Take your hands off her. Okay, and then fight these guys. Alright, awesome. So yeah, as I say, after the language school, I'll be in the area for the smithy, and I'll have earned a good amount of money. So it's a good time to do all my upgrades. But also, after the hospital, I should, if I am fast enough, be able to grab a very good sword, very good starting sword. So obviously you can upgrade all your swords as much as you want, as long as you have the cash. And you can start from a strength 1 sword. This is a wedding stone, that's what I want. So you can start with a strength 1 sword and build that up as high as you like. But if you start with a better sword to start with, if you have a better sword to start with, then you will be able to upgrade it to a higher strength for cheaper. Okay, no onigiri. So yeah, it saves you quite a lot of money and it gets you power very fast. And I forgot to do that again. Slow this time. As you saw, I upgraded my style, so you have a whole bunch of styles in this game. And they dictate all the sorts of moves that you can do. So I've upgraded myself to have quite a useful style, which is the double stab, which means I can stab once, stab again immediately, which means break their guard and then get an attack in. And getting through people's blocks is super useful. What's the meet and greet? Alright, so telegraph time. So I'm going to go into the cemetery, because after every event the time will go forwards, and you can only do one event each period of time. So just to reset, well, just moving the time along. Oops. Just moving the time along activates this next event. So I'm going to talk to her and say, yeah, I'm super interested in seeing the telegraph. Actually, I'm not super interested in stabbing these guys. Alright, so I just unlocked my second heavy attack. Heavy attacks allow for the most useful move in the game. Alright, it's then dead. That was a little early. So they allow for the most useful combo in the game, which is the knock-up plus light attack combo. So hopefully we'll be seeing that a lot. So we have start my money. I'm going to go back. It's night time now. I'm going to quickly do some adjustment because that's in the way. Okay. Still kind of in the way. Just need to unblock my map because the map is actually quite useful. So yes, we're on JJ Slaughterfest. So we're going to meet the other foreigner, whose name is JJ. He's this guy. He likes gambling and fighting and violence and all sorts of unpleasant things. So he's going to bring us into an ambush with these assassins. I'm just going to spring harvest them because that's going to be quick. So killing people while your spring harvest is active helps also to regenerate your spring harvest, so it allows you to keep this up, and then do a cool thing so they all explode at once, just like in them enemies. So we're going to kill off the rest of these guys. Oops. And you can trip over bodies, which is one of the most fun things to do in this game. Alright. So he's going to pay us a bunch of money. I'm going to accidentally... Okay. Do the long... loot. Okay, cool. Alright. Full of swords. Full of money. And now we get to the fun times. Okay, my sword's a bit broken. A bit worried. I'm also a bit worried about the next mission. So I'm going to sharpen my sword now for sure. To recover the durability a little bit. So the next mission is against a named dude, and that named dude is pretty tough, and I have no stamina regeneration items, and I have not increased the strength of my sword. So this is going to be... Whoops. This is going to be... tough. But I'm going to stab him before he can do anything, because I make no claims of being a good guy, and then he's going to hurt me. I'm going to feel very sad about my life. Oh dear. He's being good today. Usually he doesn't counter quite that much. So it's very unfortunate. Oh dear. Yeah, he is. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright. So I feel like what I should have done is got some safety food. He is being a pain in the ass. Alright. So obviously, how is his recovery like? That is unpleasant. So if my sword was stronger, obviously he would be taking more damage. Oh dear, he's gonna kill me. This is less than ideal. Alright. That is not good. Unfortunately, because we don't save, because we're trying to go fast, we're starting again. So it's just unfortunate. Usually he's not quite so unpleasant. So the question is, do we do a safety strat and upgrade my sword? I don't want to, because that's slightly less efficient. Or we could get some safety food. That's probably the better solution. It's kind of bad that they didn't actually drop any food over the last few fights, because it's reasonably consistent. They'll at least get an onigiri or something, which would be enough to get me through some fights. So let's just make sure. If we don't have any food through this section, we will buy some food. Actually, it's also an opportunity to sell some of these weapons that I'm picking up. So technically, this may be a good idea just to go to the old man, especially if I don't pick up any whetstones, because again, these are some super useful things to have. Alright. Where's the other guy? Here it is. Alright. Only money. Okay, so let's go to him. Say, take your hands off her. Fight these guys. And hope they drop some good stuff. So the drop rates in the intro pretty not great, I think, until at least this section. They're kind of rare. Oh dear. Get stabbed. Alright, it's fine. So if you can kill those guys fast enough, you'll end up fighting Akagi. Akagi is the man with the large sword, but we don't care about that too much. And indeed, kind of want these money bags, because I'm going to be spending a bit of cash. Okay, increase my fighting style. Cool. Hey! No onigiri. It's very... It used to be fairly consistent in terms of spawning in that little shed. Alright, so I'm going to sell all these weapons that I picked up, because I don't want them. Then I'm going to buy with my 2 grand. It's not very efficient. So it's buy 2 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those. And then we're not going to pay, because I'm not interested in spending my money. Which is an interesting thing in this game. So obviously, he's not very impressed. He's not going to want to sell me stuff anymore, but I also don't particularly need to talk to him again. So annoying him at that stage doesn't actually make much of a difference. So I think we can get away with it. So that's the meet and greet. Next, we're on to the telegraph mission. So there is some interesting movement tech in this game. You can basically do a jump kick, which is actually significantly in speedrun terms, I'm sure. Faster than just running. But you can't just keep jump kicking all the time, because if you try that, you will basically stall in the air like that, and it'll go a lot slower. So the way you actually jump kick also matters, which makes it sort of interesting. But not as interesting as stabbing these guys. So I'll unlock my double stab again. This is going to give me a nice bit of range. Ooh, and he dropped an onigiri. So I am basically out of vitality again. So, ooh, steam cake. Steam cakes give me 1,000 vitality. They are well worth owning. So two things. I'm going to increase my durability again, because I'm about to fight a whole bunch of guys. Vitality shouldn't matter, because I'll use my Spring Harvest in the fight to get it over and done with quite quickly. Oh, actually that's interesting. I should have saved... Save it for the hospital fight. Now I'm thinking. Sorry, JJ. I did mean to go with you on your fun adventures. Alright, so we're gonna try to save the Spring Harvest. Ooh, yeah, what I should have done was steal some mushroom, I think. Or whatever one of the other things in the shop was that gives you Spring Harvest. So that's probably better. I could have Spring Harvest all these guys, eat the mushrooms, or the flowers, or whatever they are. So Move Scroll is super useful too. Use that. So Move Scroll will unlock a move in my style. So usually there's a bunch of unlock conditions, so obviously this will just unlock one. Which is good, because it means I don't have to worry about that. And I can get a little bit ahead of the game, which is useful. So yes, back to opening the hospital. So again, not going to upgrade my weapon. I'm going to repair my weapon, because that's going to be useful. I'm going to eat an onigiri now. So I'm going to try and eat something during this next fight. One of the skills you can unlock is fast eating, which is just generally useful. Potentially not so much on this run, but obviously the ability to eat quickly during the middle of a fight has obvious advantages. So, alright, so I am well stocked this time, so it should be much less of a problem. As you can see, he's letting me, he says, getting hit. I was going to say he's letting me hit him more, but no, he's being annoying again. Okay, cool. See, this is what I would have liked to have happened the first time. I'm not going to lie. Right. Trying to let him gen health too much. So named characters like this have vitality that works the same as yours, so if you leave them alone too long, they will regen their health and lose their vitality, stamina. Alright, nice. So I'm going to quickly collect his sword. I can get his sword fine. But the sword is most important. No, I haven't done it yet. Suspect safeguard its lives, and cool. Sorry, Laura. Excuse me. Alright, so now I have his sword. I have unlocked the hospital. So the interesting thing about this game is when you do certain actions in the game, like making sure the hospital opens, even in any subsequent playthrough, as long as you're loading the same save file, because you can start a new game with the same save file, the state of the world will be retained. So this is true for the language school, the hospital, and the casino. So we've done the hospital. Now we're going to go make sure that the language school gets opened. Alright. Come with me. I'm going to try and... hopefully he's going to make his way through without getting attacked too much. Cool. Alright. So now we're leading... Oh, no, he's run off. No, don't run that way. That's a terrible way to run. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oops. Come with me. Now, I don't know if it's random, but he does have two ways he can run. He can run this way, or he can run up this little side street. So you never quite know which direction he's going to go in. But, gets to the bridge. It's fine, he got away, he escaped. Hooray! Oh, dang. He didn't let him get captured. So, apparently, that's how easy it is to run away from these guys. So, now we're at the smithy. We're going to sell all the weapons, except that one. Obviously, I'm going to keep that one. Sell all those. Then we're going to go to forge. We're going to refine. Because I haven't got it equipped, so we're going to refine this one. So we're going to make it stronger. And then make it stronger. Again, make it stronger. And then we're going to make it stronger again. But we don't have enough money, so we're just not going to pay. And then we're going to run away. Although I think I remember you have to kill this guy. Yes, okay, so we're going to have to kill him. Sorry, Smithy. So... now this, in theory, causes a problem, because when I kill this guy, he's going to be dead forever for the rest of the game. Now, I'm kind of hoping he doesn't need to be alive to get the true ending, but we are definitely going to find out. Oops. So, what I want to do is equip that. Cool. So now, I have a pretty badass sword. And I also want to close the casino, which means going back to town. So I need to... actually went the wrong way. I should have gone straight to the shrine, because that would have also worked. But... yes, I need to close the casino. So this is the last mission that I need to do on this playthrough. As soon as I close the casino, the game state will be prepared for getting the true ending, which means starting a new game, loading the save file, and then playing through a specific set of events, which will basically try and help out everybody, and then we'll all unite against a big bad end guy, and I'll be a hero, and it'll be great, and everyone will love me forever, and I'll have a really badass sword at the end of it, which I didn't pay for. I feel sort of guilty about it, but not very guilty. So because I pissed these guys off, I'm coming to apologise and then say, sure, I'll help you mess up this casino. So I'm just going to go to this guy. I'm going to stab him because I don't want to listen to his nonsense. And then I just need to take this guy out. And as soon as he dies... As soon as he dies... or at least gets KO'd, Which I could have used my spring harvest there as well, because technically... Oops. Because technically this is the end. Oh, so many cutscenes. Okay, cool. So that's the setup. Now I'm lost because the map is confusing. I shouldn't have been reading the map. That was a mistake. So now I can basically leave. I'm going to go back to the harbour. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm kind of done with my life in this town. So take me away from this madness. And that will end my playthrough. Let me save my game state. My world state, I should say. So yeah, I'm done. Nothing left for me to do. And that's the end of that mission. So, say this tale is over. I'm going to save it over this one. So say this tale is over. But you have more you can do. So we're going to load up this save file. We're going to start a new game on easy. And we're back to the start. Here we go. So this is the actual proper playthrough to get the Light of Hope ending. So we're going to skip through all of this. This is all the same, so we don't care. We're going to skip all of this. Right, and now I have badass sword, so killing guys is going to be quite a bit quicker in this section. So the question is it faster than just not upgrading your sword? I'm not entirely sure. But that's sort of the point of this, is to figure out where the benefits are. I think it's almost certainly safer, because doing more sword damage is always good. This is getting me. Well, another red pepper. So red peppers increase my defense, increase my strength. Okay, so I want to rescue the dirty foreigner. Again, I almost forgot how the run through of this works. Okay, so these guys I need to kill quickly, because I do want to fight Akagi in this section, so I need to make sure they die. Quick. Okay, cool. So now he'll come up. And it gets interesting again, because I don't want to fight him. I want to fight these two guys right here. Oops. Which you can't actually target until you tag them a little bit. But I do need to kill them first. So I cannot attack Akagi until these two guys are dead. Right. Cool. So then you get this intro, this cutscene. So that's important, because I need the three sisters to join this fun time. Alright. Now I'm fighting Melinda, so I'm gonna spring harvest, because Melinda has quite a lot of health. So even with quite a good sword, I need to quickly turn off my spring harvest before I get stunned. Okay, cool. So that's Kotobuki. We haven't met him yet. He is the magistrate? No. Yes, magistrate. He's the magistrate of this town. Chief magistrate. So he basically keeps law and order. We're not interested in that. Dear. We want to just beat this guy. And then we're going to get the three sisters. So the three sisters, and I'm going to quickly put my sword away. That's not what I wanted. Oh dear. The three sisters are the chief minister's daughters. So we're going to stab these ladies so that they go running off to Daddy. And Daddy arrives earlier than technically he would on a normal playthrough. He usually arrives by himself on day 3. But this will get him to arrive on day 1. And that'll unlock all of the hidden events that we can do. Okay, and that's the combo, by the way, which is quite useful in doing a lot of damage very quickly. Alright. So that's the intro done. Okay, so I am going to actually do the same thing. I'm going to sell the stuff I have currently. I really don't have a lot of money. Alright. Oops. The button. Alright, I'm going to pay for it this time just in case. Alright, so we're going to go to the town. And we'll get... Oh, that was way too early. I forgot there was a fight. So yeah, just need to kill Kotobuki again. So this is a reasonably fast fight. As you can see, my sword is kind of running low on the old health. Alright, so let's take him to the British hospital. So obviously the anti-British League, or anti-foreign league, don't want to go to the British hospital, but you convince them that actually the best place for him is with modern medicine. And people reluctantly agree. So that's the reason we need to open up the British hospital so that Akagi gets the medical treatment that he so requires. And now we're going to go back to the shrine, which is the Prajna base, the Prajna being the Anti-Frana League. I don't think I mentioned that yet. On the way, we are going to go to the smith, who is alive. Hooray! And then we're going to repair our good sword, which we have just enough money to do. So I'm going to keep him sweet for now, because I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to need him later. I do have 1 whetstone. That's probably not going to be enough. It might be enough, because there's not quite so much combat in this next section. There is a lot of running, so we're going to utilize some speed tech. Look at me go. I'm going ever so faster. Whoops! Than I otherwise would. Okay. He's fine. I will run away from him, and he will forget. And everything will be forgiven. And we'll skip this. We'll talk to him. Ask how Akagi is, because why not? Alright. Oh yeah. So when I say there's not very many fighting, what I mean is there's a lot of fighting. But luckily, my really good sword... It's, ooh, my whetstone. It's super useful. It's really good at killing these guys. Oh, another whetstone. So that is the good thing about this section. It gives you the opportunity to collect a bunch of stuff. So we eat that. That gets me my speed eating, so that will potentially be useful later on. So I can quickly munch down on food if I'm in an emergency. Oops, missed. Alright, I'm going to quickly apply my blade oil. So my blade oil will stop my sword from losing durability. Unfortunately, these infantry are annoying because they are quite long range. Okay. So get steamed cake, and steamed cakes are delicious and incredibly useful. Okay, I have a lot of whetstones now, so we shouldn't need to go back to the smithy to repair my weapon at the very least. We should be okay for that. I'm going to quickly eat. So that's how fast speed eating is. Speed eating is very speedy. It is very eaty. Alright, maybe eat another one as well. Oops. Throw a sword at his head, why not? And again. Is that a carrot? So carrots increase defense. I think I said peppers increase defense. Peppers increase attack. Carrots increase defense. So there's quite a lot of these dudes. So I'm going to eat a couple of onigiri. Just... He's going to get shot, but that's okay. Steam kick. So they keep coming forever and ever and ever, and eventually you will kill enough. Alright. I don't need that money. So if I did need more money for... if I did need more money, I can sell all of those weapons, because they are carrying quite good weapons. Which means they're worth quite a bit more. 2 or 3 times what you can get from the basic normal guy weapons. Just to say the Progeny weapons. So next, we're going to go to the harbour. We're going to go visit JJ. So this time he's not going to get us to murder everybody. He is going to... Well, he's going to ask what we're up to. And we're going to tell him... We're going to ask if he wants to go hit the town with us. And obviously his tastes are a bit eclectic, but we are going to go take him to eat some sushi. Because he is a dirty foreigner and he does not know what it is like to eat sushi. So we are going to let him know. Drink it. So we're going to go to the ship. This is the Black Ship, which is basically just a steamship. But at this time, this is where JJ is hanging out. So we're going to go downstairs, avoid these sailors. We're going to ask no questions about their dress code. There's some tight shirts and some fine hats. So we're going to tell them we don't want to be cooped up in here. Let's go have some fun on the mean streets of... I want to say Amahara. Pretty sure it's Amahara. So the unfortunate thing is we do have to wait for him to make his own sweet way back to the ship. So just gonna be stuck there. I'm waiting for a sec, so I'm gonna take a drink. Delicious. And then we can go back. So let's go, JJ. Let me show you the delights. I have a very itchy nose today. Show you the delights of a sushi parlor. So he's going to be like, what's up with that? And we're going to tell him it's a very stimulating place. And he's done. He's happy. So now, Kogure, the worst assassin. So we're going to go visit Kogure. He is going to... He's a bit lost. His leader is in hospital. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to help his gang out. And his plan is going to be, let's just go kill a dude. Unfortunately, or fortunately, you don't particularly want him to kill a dude. So you're going to convince him, I'm going to try and convince him that killing this guy is not the best plan. Unfortunately, he's not going to listen. And you're going to have to convince him slightly more sternly, which is to say, by punching him in the head with the back of your sword. Which we're going to do. Alright, so back in the town. We're going to go to the language school. This is why we need the language school open. Because if the language school is not open, you're not going to be able to convince Kogure to not alright, so you basically spat shade at Kogure, and he's going to be not so impressed. He's going to turn on you, but you don't want to kill Kogure, because the idea is everyone has a jolly good time and gets along by the end of this. So we're just going to tell him you've lost. Cool. Okay, so let's turn that back around. So we're going to go back. Oops, got turned around. Back to town. And we're going to see how Kogure is doing at the language school. Alright. So this is going to be the fun part, because this is the bit that I don't know basically at all. So I'm kind of flying blind here. But I do have some guides to keep me on the right track. I'm going to sharpen up my sword before this guy decides to fight me, because you do get a bit of time. Alright, So now JJ's going to get arrested. Poor JJ. So we're going to go to the harbour. To the sushi place in the harbour, no less. So apparently we have convinced JJ that sushi is delicious. Now, there's probably a lot of people that would agree with that. I'm not so much one of them, but for argument's sake, let's say this is something that is entirely likely to happen, that they will get addicted to sushi. Okay. So yeah, JJ's sushi man. So now, what we didn't see was actually I want to go to the main plaza. So what we didn't see was JJ getting arrested, which I assume is why it happened. But unfortunately, because I'm trying to go reasonably fast, I'm skipping a lot of this. So ideally, we're going to go to the magistrates, and then we're going to try and rescue JJ from his predicament. Yeah, let's go this way. Then we're going to go side here. This is the magistrate's, first time in the magistrate's office. And here's the torture chamber. We probably...
Come on.
Alright. But wait, there's more. Wow. Surprisingly tough. So this again is a bit where I'm a little bit at a loss. Alright, cool. Nice. Alright, so main plaza. Alright. So I guess we're gonna go get tortured. Alright, so the next stage is the magistrates. This is a bit weird because we do have... Okay, we'll go this way. I'm trying to figure out how this works as I go along. So far, so good. Oops, I think I probably wanted to say let's go. I feel like I probably want to be fighting. Can I even fight that guy? I feel like I want to. I also feel like... Alright. When you get too low, restrict the brace for the pain. Okay. So, really don't want to get slapped, and I really don't want to. No, because that's why. That's bad. It's bad news. All of that is bad news. Oh no. All right, that fire is getting larger. And my health is not getting higher. Luckily, I can. Oops. That went too high. That went too high and I banged my head. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no, this is painful. Okay. Torture concluded. Okay. Dr. Standing stone weights left and right. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Oh. Excuse me very much. Oh no! No! Alright, so I guess if I get too many rocks landed on me, it's gonna slow me down a lot. Definitely don't want any of that. But this is, whoops. It's quite a lot easier compared to the other one, that's for sure. And hopefully no one is asking any questions about what's happening on the screen right now, because really I got nothing. Alright, human wall wheel. Pound the A button. Two. Hammer on that B button to breathe. Alright. Okay, so breathing gets my health back. Oh dear. So it's just kind of basically alternating mashing buttons. Hey, I was bracing. What the heck? What I wouldn't give for some auto fire buttons here. Okay. Oops. Sorry, 2 more rotations. We can do this. Oh, we can do this. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I forgot to brace. Bad news. Okay, cool. Okay, there's one more. Oh, wait, I forgot to press that one. Okay. So this is the fun bit. So the question is... Okay. This works out okay. Right. I was wondering if... Oops. If... if you needed to train your martial arts or your sword, I feel like you probably get more out of the sword than you do out of training unarmed, although I wish I hadn't beat the spear sister first, because I have no idea how the spear works. Alright, so we're gonna go back to unarmed. Oops. Oops. Alright, there we go. So this actually works a lot better than the spear, but if I can beat this woman, then I can get her sword, and then suddenly my sword training becomes far more useful. So this seems to be working very well. Let's keep doing this. Let's beat her. Let's collect her sword. Oops. Okay, cool. Alright. And now I get full sword abilities. Alright, so it looks like best bet is to train sword. Actually, I don't need to worry about it. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Okay, so let's steam cake. Okay, whetstone. Okay, this one can go up. There he is. There he is. Alright, so let's get this guy to big bad. So I guess one question would be, is it better to fight unarmed for the duration of this playthrough? Oops. Oh dear. I'm actually not sure where that split is, but the ending should be clear enough because it'll be the credits. Oh dear, he's just about poisoning my face. That looks like bad news. Alright. Kinagawa is dead. Alright. Actually have no idea what that thing in the middle of my screen is. This random arrow. Okay, so let's kill the elite demon scales. That's probably a good idea. So basically everybody is fighting together in harmony and glorious camaraderie. Which is how you know this is the good ending. Alright, quickly repair. Let's go check to make sure there isn't any trick to this. Steam cake. Alright, cool. Skippy. Oh, freaking weird ass ninja guys. Alright. Cool. One down. The good thing is you can always, well, 90% of the time, you only have to kill the named people to, oops. Don't need to do that. You only need to kill the named guys to progress the missions, so if you just focus on them, then you're usually in a good time. Alright, double stab. So can we see Kinagawa anywhere? Cannot see Kinagawa anywhere. So maybe this is not, ironically, one of those times where killing named guys ends the mission. Alright, that's fine. We have a lot of steamed cakes. Steamed cakes keep this going. Let's take out the rest of these dudes. So yeah, back to my routing thoughts. It's entirely possible... What was that blue? What's that? That's just money. It's entirely possible that you can do a similar amount of damage with unarmed as you can with a sword. The question is, for that one section, do you actually just want to worry about training up your unarmed from nothing? And have to worry about all the swords getting in the way. Don't know. Something to try, maybe. Oh dear. He's gone all red and weird. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to sword oil. Whoops. And then I accidentally take it. Give it a speed eat. No! My steam cake! No! Okay, I have more. It's fine. Alright, there we go. So I want to keep my vitality up because see, this is... Okay. Alright, let's get him away from the stairs. This is just taking too long. Alright. Get in that cool juggle combo. Oh no! Spat in my face. That's just rude. Alright. Alright. Let's just try not to let him regen any health. Alright, that's it. And Kinagawa is dead. Do I want to go back to the harbour? Okay, no. Exploding ship. Everyone has a good time.
動乱の幕末をそれぞれの旗を掲げて戦った者たちはここに矛を収めた。お互いが理解し信頼することによって内乱の危機は去った。その後、ローラは将軍に謁見し、寿やモロをはじめとする仲間たちの無実を認めさせた。信頼と権威を取り戻した幕府方は休む間もなく庶民のために働き、日本国中にあまねく安全と平和をもたらした。開国を促した外国は日本の貿易と産業のさらなる発展を促し、日本は近代国家へと急速な発展を遂げていった。上位に命を懸けた若者たちは草の根に生きる道を選んだが、日本人の誇りは常に持ち続けていた。
Alright. As for me,
網浜の海に今日も朝日が昇る。大海原に差す日の光はあの無名の浪人のように自らが輝ける希望の光となって後の世の人々を照らし続けるのだ。
Alright, so that's a little less than an hour. That's actually less time than I expected. Let me just reply to this. Alright, okay, so one route finished, 56:39. So cool. Alright, so I wasn't quite sure how live split worked, but that works perfectly. Unfortunately, I can't skip this, so we are stuck. So let's try one more run. I think we can probably speed up. Speed up a little bit, for sure. There's a couple of times I went in wrong directions. But yeah, in general that was alright. I did expect it to take a little bit longer. I think I had originally figured it to be about an hour and 15 minutes, but sub 1 hour is quite good. So the question is, where's the optimizations? I think... So the question is whether you can skip all of the first day of the first run through. So that drops you down a reasonable amount of money, which means probably almost no upgrades to your sword. I mean, you'd get a couple of thousand for hospital and language school. I'll upgrade a sword a little bit, but the benefit of doing the first three is all that extra cash and all the extra sword training to unlock those abilities. So the question is how much. So I'm going to check a couple of the abilities, see how useful they are. Because it's possible that we can get as far as the double stab and the double strong attack Because that's mostly what you need. Some of the other stuff is probably more safety, like the toughen, which I think reduces the damage you take, which would make sense because it's called toughen. But we will have to have a look-see. We can watch this. Why not? Hey, it's me. Oh yeah, he knows what's up. Because I'm a badass. Feeling good about life. Oh. You dropped your umbrella. Oh, I guess that's a hole. You ran away. And then you came back. One of these days... Hey, I'm a great samurai. I should probably just play through it properly. And... yeah, alright, so... So toughen... yeah, okay, so that reduces... ooh... Vitality depletion is quite good. We learned that quite early on. Yeah, so it's not going to tell me how to unlock it. What rank did I get to? Doesn't actually tell me what rank I got to. So that's the useful one. It's not quite so useful. There is a sweep somewhere in... it's probably that one, which is the one that deals a ton of damage, and it's really easy to hit. But I don't think we're ever going to get a chance to unlock that one, unfortunately, because it's kind of too late on in the game. Oh yeah, weapons. Is it going to tell me what the strength was? No. So that's the tricky part. Is what's the best way to make a slightly more efficient run? That involves... I guess you don't need to upgrade the sword if you go martial arts the second run. No, that's not what I want. So, if I go to styles, and go to hand to hand, so that's speed eating, and that's still defense. Second or higher, so I can get, I guess, presumably a double knock-up off of that. Strength is 90. 90 sounds very high. 90 is very high. Alright, let's do it. Let's do a second playthrough. We are going to skip, which means I need to figure out what button I use for skip, because I know it exists. So bear with me a second. Alright, that's that one. Okay, fine. So yeah, we'll skip the first day entirely. We'll do the intro, skip the first day, then we'll go to the hospital, language school, casino. And then we're just going to run completely unarmed. And we'll see how much of a time save that is. Alright. Let's put that out of the way. Switch my nose one last time. Off we go. So this is all going to be the same, this first bit. Skip, skip, skip. So my personal record for the intro is... Oops. 209. So it's the fastest I've done this ever. So obviously last time I got a 301, which is a bit slower. So what we'll ideally do is that, get him close enough, you can hit him with a strong attack. I need to remember the order of this, because it's very easy to forget which run you're on. Alright. You can see the benefit of the double stab there, because it's so much faster. Alright. So it does mean if we're skipping the first day, I can do the fast run of this next bit. So it was quite a bit slower because I wanted to make sure that I could do the foreigner mission so I can get the cash to upgrade my stuff. But obviously I don't care about that now. So what I'm going to do is wait, skip, 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 skip. Murder that guy. Alright. It's definitely a faster intro. I want to sleep at the harbour. So obviously that's not my fastest ever because the way you do the intro in a new game plus any percent is you have to actually leave the game before it counts, so it's actually I don't know, probably a 2:15. It's pretty fast. Alright, I want to make sure, because technically I've now skipped that section. So this should be open. Okay, it is. So let's tentatively skip all of those. So I have... Alright, cool. Apologize. I want to help you with your hospital. So I have no heal. I have no strong sword. I have no upgrades to my style either. Oh dear. So this is probably going to be quite painful. But obviously I have about 6 minutes to do this fight, so it's pretty long time. I'm already feeling the additional difficulty just by not having those extra moves. Okay, there we go. That's actually a good time to unlock these moves. Which means I also get my double strong, so I can start comboing a bit nicer. Alright, I still want to grab his sword, even if we don't plan on upgrading it, because it means I won't need to repair this sword. Ooh, and that was some sword oil, so that works out quite nicely. Save lives. Okay. Yeah, so that's 5 minutes saving. It's quite a lot of save. So language school. I'm pretty sure it's in the town. Pretty sure I want to go to the town. Right, so I also want to... Okay, that's a problem. So I want to not... Go away! I'm not interested. Oh, damn it. Alright, cool. So, I want to not pick up extra swords, because that makes menuing. So you get 3 swords in your quick select. And it's based on the order. Oops, it's based on the order you pick them up. So I definitely want to not pick up too many swords, because otherwise I won't be able to do my quick select, and I accidentally bumped into him. Right, come with me. So the problem with bumping into people is it will stop you from talking to them for a few seconds. Come on. Come on. Don't get stuck, please. Which way are you going? You're going this way, Tom? Cool. No! No! I said come with me! Why won't you come with me? Oh. Wakarimashita indeed. Alright. Okay, so he gets spooked. Cool. Alright. Got him. So Kogure is trying to catch me, which means he's ignoring that guy, which means we can safely get to the bridge, even with all those guys chasing. Okay. Damn it. Oh, no, he got taken out. Okay. Come on. Come on. Alright. Nice. Wait, there's one more cutscene. Cool. Now it's time to go to the shrine to close the casino. We'll close the casino forever. So, why is that previous segment telling me it's plus 45? Ah, yes, because the segment itself was slow. That makes sense. Alright. Yes, so the hospital was actually a P... How was the hospital a PB? I did not even upgrade anything or have my correct styles. That is the RNG of that fight. I really don't like that fight. It's kind of awkward. But so far so good. We have cut out 3 whole events. We still have the sword for bonus attack power. Stab that guy. Just forgot. Let's spring harvest. Oh, too early. Too early by 1 attack. Oh, sad face. Alright, again, a good casino. This way. Alright. So, run through 1 done. We are a good 5 minutes ahead. So the question becomes, is that 5 minutes useful for upgrading my swords to make the rest of the game slightly easier? The rest of the run slightly easier. Next. Yes. Save. Save the middle slot. Yes. Alright, load. Load that slot. Start. Easy. Node to save. Alright, so first thing is we're going to switch to unarmed. It's a bit early on that. So there's two unfortunate things. One is, excuse me, skip cutscene is back, which is your map, and speed up cutscene, which actually makes the cutscene skip process faster, is on start, which obviously opens up the pause menu. So messing up either of those really is a bad time. Okay. So this is definitely quite a bit slower. Sounds to me. Ow. That's not too bad though. Because I kind of need to get that distance closed. Alright. And that also staggers, which means they're open up for the strong hit afterwards. Down with that. Give him a quick kick. Yeah, take your hands off her. Oh, this is going to be hard. So we need to do this fast, but without swords. Now, normally I would rush to pick up that slinged gun, but I am really concerned about my ability to kill these guys. Oh no, come on. I didn't do it. Alright. So let's take a look at my styles. What's happening with this? Hand to hand. So 290 skill points. I don't actually know when I level up. It's probably around 300 or 400. Alright. So this is a bust. This is a bust. So now I'm thinking whole game. Whole game mushlots. Let's see how that goes. If not, I mean, there's definitely a good time save by skipping the sword up. Well, in theory, oops. No. Okay. In theory, there's a good time save by skipping sword upgrades. We'll have to see whether that's the case or not. Which is kind of going to depend on whether this is actually viable in the long run. Kind of want that money bag. Okay, cool. Although going barehanded means it's a little less. Money is a little less useful generally. Ooh dear, missed. Okay. And the good thing is whetstones are unnecessary, so sword durability suddenly is less of a concern. Oh, she didn't like me getting hit there. Okay. Another money bag. Cool. Well done, Mr. Samurai. Alright, so I can still kick these guys for whatever goodies they have. Actually, let's take the whetstone. Because I do want to potentially sell some stuff. Ow. Nice. Alright. Actually that was still pretty fast, which is kind of weird. Alright. So we're gonna quickly go to this dude, sell my whetstone, and then I'm gonna buy a couple of mushrooms, a couple of onigiri. I'm still not gonna pay. Okay, so I need to leave this area because he's gonna be very upset at me. But we're still gonna skip the next two. The next two steps. I'm gonna sleep until midday tomorrow. Alright. So, going to the hospital. Let's bring up the map again because I always get turned around. So it's Main Plaza, Little Britain, Consulate, Open Hospital, and then we get to fight our friend Dojima barehanded and hope that he doesn't murder us completely, because that's kind of what I'm expecting, I'll be honest. But luckily we have a full, well, a 3/4 full spring harvest bar. I've got a bunch of food. We should be alright. So I'm, oops. Sorry. I want to apologize. I will help you. Punch. Alright. Oh, dude. So fighting this guy barehanded worries me a little bit. Because it means getting very close to a guy I don't like getting particularly close to. Oh yeah. But then that's also partly the reason I keep Spring Harvest. Take the sword just in case. Alright, save a couple slaves. Alright, 4 minutes ahead. Okay, and I've leveled up my martial arts. So let's see. Let's carry on going. Let's go full bare-handed fist fighting in a game about samurai and swords and murdering people. I'm down with it. So this one obviously won't require any... Oops. Keep doing that. Keep forgetting. I need to apologize first. Now this I definitely want to do as painlessly as possible. I think they just killed themselves. That's the luckiest. Oh my goodness, they are just murdering themselves. Oh boy. Okay. Oh no, don't wait here. Come with me. Alright, cool. Alright. So I didn't get a PB on Open a Hospital, but that's not the most worrying thing in the world. Because I think in general we're sacrificing a bit of time at the start to improve our time at the end. Alright, casino. So again, that was a slower language school, which is kind of annoying. I don't like the randomness of that a little bit. It's possible I may just want to let him do his shenanigans. I will wait for him to run out of that choke point and then catch him. Also not messing up the menuing on that, because that definitely loses a bunch of time. Whoops. Excuse me. Alright. Close casino. Oh yes, killing JJ. Oh no, I don't have... Ooh. I do have a mushroom. So let's eat my mushrooms. Let's get my spring harvest gauge up. Because I just want to wreck JJ. And you can't take that stuff with you, so let's do that. Alright. It's a pretty good casino. Pretty good casino. Okay, harbor is this way. Should maybe add a split for actually finishing the game. I'm not sure it's entirely necessary, but there's possibly some shortcuts in here which you can figure out. Alright. So what I want to do is make sure I don't forget to save, because that's a very important part of this run through. If I forget to save, I am in big trouble. Alright. Start again. On easy. Just don't save the character. I'm a bit thirsty. Eh. Alright. I'm drinking now because I am not going to have much of a chance later. So this is going to be the big tell. Has this given me enough fighting power to get through the necessary section? Definitely seems to be faster. The question is it going to be fast enough? The problem is my spring harvest gauge is very low. Otherwise That would have been... It's the ideal way to get through that section. Alright, that first one is fast. Oops. Uh-oh. No. Okay, this guy's fast. Alright. That was nice. Alright. So it's... Oops. Oh no! These guys don't care that I kicked them in the back of the head. Okay. Give me that. Fight me! Why won't you fight me? Oh my goodness. Alright, so this is actually really irritating. Okay, there we go. Wow, that took you super long time to get convinced to fight me. Alright, cool. So far, okay. So this is definitely a slower segment, for sure. Yeah, I want to... Still want to Spring Harvest you, because otherwise, oh, look at that. She takes a serious beating. So let's definitely make sure we can rush through that pretty fast. This guy should be fairly quick. Oh, and I acquired an onigiri. I was actually hoping I would get one of those. So I should be able to then speeding still, which I will do. Say after I beat this guy. Which I thought was going to be then, but then wasn't. Much to my disappointment. Alright. Eat, eat, eat. Alright, speeding. Obviously, I can't speedy until I stop long enough to regen, so I'm going to do that now. Now, using heavy attacks depletes stamina. Stamina recovers health. So you kind of need to get your regen in while you can before you use it all. Punching ladies in the face. Do not condone punching ladies in the face, but this is somewhat necessary. Okay, skip, skip, skip. Cool. Right, still faster, but 16 seconds slower than... Might still be worthwhile. Alright, sell both of those. Actually, I don't think that matters, because I'm going to steal it anyway, so let's... Yeah, a bunch of those, okay. So where I'm going to be in... Oh! I completely forgot which bit of the game I was in. Okay, never mind. Alright, so that was a funny mistake. I thought I was in my first playthrough. I'm not. I'm in my second playthrough. Probably should have stolen from that guy, but we have done that. So I'm not going to see that guy or need to buy from him, so it shouldn't impact anything in the way of how this run is going to go. Alright, cool. hospital. He's going to float somewhat in between that. Alright. So the other good thing about speeding is it works outside of combat as well, so it's going to get me back to full health again. So we want to go to the shrine. So we can see how bad Kogure is at doing everything. Poor Kogure. And then we can take JJ to the sushi, so he can learn to become a horrendous sushi chef. So still a good 5 minutes ahead. Still on PB pace for a run I've only ever run once. So it's good. That's not unexpected, let's be honest. Alright. Let's ask about Akagi, because we don't really care, doesn't matter what you say there. Alright, so this is going to be interesting because in theory we should still be able to pick up a good amount of healing items, stamina items I should say. Like an onigiri, there you go. Also, this is probably a good place to be training my martial arts, because there's going to be, thanks pal, there's going to be quite a few guys to fight, quite a good amount of XP to earn. And then we can see how that impacts my ability to fight people. Oh, there's a sneak peek. Perfect. So it's an interesting thing about the full martial arts run is it does eat through your stamina a lot more than the sword run. But then by this point, usually I would have earned the vitality reduction perk. So I'm not sure there is one for martial arts. Should probably find that out. So if there is, that would be super useful. But for this section of it, it's fine, because we don't need the don't need a lot of stamina. We are just going to... You can just keep punching. As long as we don't lose any more health, we are good. I am worried about my storage space now. You can only carry, as you see, you can only carry a maximum of 10 items. I want to keep space for some more delicious steamed cakes. So I'm going to eat another onigiri now. I'm probably going to eat that carrot because defense isn't massively useful. He says getting shot and losing a ton of health. Right, eat carrot. Dang it! Just make sure that I'm not going to unlock something by killing a guy with basic attacks. Okay, no. So glad for all those steamed cakes all of a sudden. Carrot defense really does not last very long. Okay. So back to full health. Pretty high stamina. Oh, that's him dying. I'm starting to feel like that's scripted now. Because he was doing fine, and then suddenly death. But that's the last guy, so that's fine. Okay. So what's that? Actually, that was not too much longer than doing it with a pretty upgraded sword. So that's kind of interesting. It sort of proves that fisticuffs is not that bad in terms of damage. So it seems like this is the way to go. So you can skip the entire first day. But if you do, you want to do melee the whole way. Which is not unreasonable. Suddenly it becomes an okay time. We're still on pace. Still 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes behind. Well, behind the last time. Ahead of my schedule. So a good 5.5 minutes. Faster than the sword upgrade run. But there's obviously some randomization in this run with pathings and AI's behaviors and whatnots. But if we keep this up, hopefully we can, level up our martial arts a bit more. Not sure what else would unlock in terms of abilities that are useful though, because the heavy attacks seem to be pretty solid in terms of consistent damage, if nothing else. That's kind of what you're after. But while I wait for him, I'm going to take the cap off my water bottle so that I can drink by the time I make it to the ship home. Alright, another bit of RNG is figuring out if he's going to bump into any sailors on the way. So that's probably slightly slower than usual. But there's still a good chance it's going to be a reasonable time. Not a fast time, but a reasonable time. Because we still need to wait for him to make it around there. So there's another bit where you can bump into people. Fix the meeting place. Ah, that was at 8 seconds slower. Jeez. So that goes to show that can be sad times. Although, there was a couple of reasons I was a bit slow, but part of it was him just bumping into guys that you can't do anything about. Unless you run the same route. You could probably attack them on the way, maybe try and get them out of the way, but that seems dangerous. It seems very dangerous. Because it could be that they pull their weapons out and stay in place in a much more annoying position. So probably best just to let him try and get around them naturally. I know, it's one of the things you can try and improve. See if there's a way of manipulating them into a better position. There's a good chance that they're just not going to even be there as well. Right. So this is the bit I'm worried most about, because when you're trying to skip cutscenes, you don't want to miss the conversations. For the ones where it's the top answer, it's pretty reasonable to get that at a good time. For the ones that it isn't, that's a little bit more complicated. So let's just make sure I select the right options. Let's not be too hasty. It's true. So do unlethal martial arts, which is almost exactly the same as the other martial arts, but it's now taking down the other bar, which I find interesting. It's kind of funny. I'm not sure what he's doing with his fists to not break his brain, but I'm sure is something martial arty. Alright. You've lost. Oh, again, that's quite slow. Okay, so I want to just change regions and then go back again. So I think in the fights with named characters, that's when it's gonna feel even slower. I can't remember to do that. Okay. Kind of. I feel like I don't want to get in this guy's way because he's going to do perfectly fine slashing people in the face with his sword. Kind of just shoot. Kind of just want to let him do his thing so I can go do my thing. So this definitely feels a bit slower because I accidentally stopped him from being useful, basically. Yeah, losing a bit of time on this. Alright, so okay, let's quickly eat. Okay, got a few steam cakes. That's good. So back to the harbour, we'll go see JJ in his new role as sushi chef. Sushi chef. That's really hard to say. Alright. Guess it doesn't actually matter what you say there, but let's be nice. So I think that split is on leaving the door. I think I'm gonna try and do these splits on the day change. No, I'm not. It's a bad idea. It's a dumb idea. I'm gonna try and do them. I want to go this way. Yeah, after the cutscene. That still makes sense. It's an easier way of tracking. Alright. So, now JJ has been arrested again. I'm surprised it's for being a sushi chef rather than something more inappropriate. Oops, excuse me. But we're going to get him up. we're gonna get him out. We don't want him to be there. We don't want him to be arrested. We want him to be having a happy fun time with the rest of us at the end of the game. I'm here to save him. Ooh. Okay, yeah, these guys. It's basically one heart attack. Mushroom. Don't mind if you do. Cool. So the question is, can you manipulate these guys to spawn faster? Oh. Sometimes the camera goes a little bit funky. It's kind of a bad thing about trying to fight in this area, but I sort of want to be close to where they spawn. Alright. Badass. It's the fastest segment. Am I back to the magistrates? No, here's this bit. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to find Laura. And I'm going to agree that we should totally do the sneaky. I think that was that one. I think Let's Get Tortured is from here until I get to... Ah, damn, I went the wrong way. Till I get to the end of the torturing. So the problem with doing a new run is I don't remember my splits yet. But the good news is I haven't forgotten where to go. That's the main thing. Okay, so these guys are slightly tougher. Very tempted to... Okay. Alright, so that works. That works pretty well. I definitely think I did my split at the wrong time there. Right. Now for everyone's favourite fun, several minutes of being tortured. Very unpleasant ways. Oh, come on, I pressed brace. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, yeah, this is weird. Quite sure why brace isn't working. Alright. Okay, wait that time. It's a little bit too late. Because I have to survive another 10 seconds. Okay. I'm slightly amazed that I managed to recover that. Oh boy. Okay, cool. First torture done. Right. Ironically, this one is just infinitely easier. Actually not sure if this is actually a pattern. It looks quite patterny at the moment. Dodge that. Because I don't remember exactly how it worked last time, but this looks very similar. Unfortunately it's not super interesting. Because it's basically just waiting here until you see red and then dodging out of the way. This seems like the best place to be at all times, more or less. It's going a bit faster though. Okay. Yep. It looks very patterny. I think that's probably fixed. Oh yeah, this one is fun. As in, I don't like this one very much. Alright, so breathe, and breathe. Just say brace and breathe. Okay, brace, and breathe, and brace, and breathe. Oops, I tried to breathe underwater, that's a bad idea, you don't want to do that. Alright, 5 rotations left. See, it's ironic that this one with the massive amounts of tapping ends up being the easy one. Oops, forgot to race. Actually, she only hit me once, that's not bad. It's pretty okay as far as getting punched goes. Alright. So this effectively is where the benefit comes in. It's doing this martial arts section slightly better martial arts than you would have otherwise. But I think mostly the fact that there wasn't much time lost compared to the rest of it is actually where the time save comes in. Because by virtue of not losing very much time at the start, by not using a sword, this makes this bit easier in general. I should have been fighting the other one, which I'd already weakened, but I was hoping those two would be able to keep her busy, but never mind. It's definitely something to keep in mind. Want to stay... Oh dear. Of all things to get knocked down by. Yeah, I definitely want to focus the weak one after you've taken her out. But then again, so I'm talking about how much faster theoretically this is. But I still wonder if I fight the... oh, I just splitted that too early. Whoops. Never mind. Okay. I still wonder if... Come here. I wonder if just having a sword generally is better. Because if you knock down the single sword wielding woman, you still get a sword. And knocking them down is not that hard if you have not trained martial arts. Oops. No, why am I not? Okay, there we go. So for instance, this bit is the bit I'm wondering now whether having a sword is actually not just... Having a leveled up sword is not just better. And because I've saved so much time, the actual splits are going to be kind of confusing. Also, I'm not entirely sure when I split last time. I think this is the wrong split. I think that's a good place to split that one. But it's 30 seconds down, so actually it's hard to tell. At this point, it's all going to be trying to figure it out. Just doing a bit of experimentation to see how it goes. But still, this is... Like, killing these guys is still pretty fast. It's not 80 odd strength sword fast, but it is still pretty fast. Oops. Alright, stop trying to do jumping attacks. It's a bad idea. Alright, 3 left. So what I probably want to do is monkey with my PBs a little bit, so I can maybe even save separate splits, one for sword and one for martial arts, just so we can do proper comparisons. Because it's going to be hard to... Oh, shoot. Ah. So that's the ability, if I could train swords, I would like to have, because that does a lot of damage. And it's really quite hard to block. I think it might even be unblockable, because it's technically a grab. So it does a ton of damage, can't block it. It's got a really wide range of attack. It's just great. But, as I say, kind of hard to get it unlocked in any run through, really. Except for if I want to do something like a all factions run, which I've considered. I consider that. Oops. Right. Keep my spring harvest. So technically, actually, I could probably spring harvest in the last fight. Actually, I have 7. So I have a bunch of mushrooms. So we're gonna do it anyway, and then I'm gonna mushroom up for final fight because I've been carrying around these mushrooms for a long time. So let's just get them used. Oh no, I got some spring harvest back. That's unfortunate. Alright. Grahara sword fighting. So in theory... So I have a bunch of mushrooms as well. Oh. Can I? No! A legendary Roo Scroll. So what I want to do is just see... Okay. I was worried that might be the case. It's possibly... maybe for swords only? Figure out what that does some other time. Oops. In the meantime, I'm gonna get punched in the face. This is a bit I'm worried is taking quite a long time. Actually, maybe I just need better splits. I think I definitely want to split this fight, because this is a significant fight. My last split is just too long. It's like 14 minutes. It's hard to know where the time saves are. Alright, last guy. So ideally, I will finish the last fight in about 3 minutes. It seems... don't know. Not entirely convinced about that one. But I have full spring harvest, and I have a bunch of mushrooms, so... maybe? Oh, no! Oh, pressing buttons there a bit. It's a bit unfortunate. Alright, so probably can't... unless I get... oops, let's speed eat the mushroom. Which I can. And then speed eat the next mushroom. Oh no, which I can't. Alright. No, it's a bad idea. It's just rush him down. It's unnecessary to do any shenanigans. Alright. I can't remember where I split last time. Did I split the credits? I have a feeling I split the credits. So yeah, let's watch this again. 動乱の幕末をそれぞれの旗を掲げて戦った者たちはここに矛を収め、お互いが理解し信頼することによって内乱の危機は去った。It makes more sense. その後、ローラは将軍に謁見し、寿やモロをはじめとする仲間たちの無実を認めさせた。Quite a good time save. 信頼と権威を取り戻した幕府方は休む間もなく庶民のために働き、日本国中にあまねく安全と平和をもたらした。開国を促した外国は日本の貿易と産業のさらなる発展を促し、日本は近代国家へと急速な発展を遂げていった。上位に命を懸けた若者たちは草の根に生きる道を選んだが、日本人の誇りは常に持ち続けていた。網浜の海に今日も朝日が昇る。大海原に差す日の光はあの無名の浪人のように自らが輝ける希望の光となって後の世の人々を照らし続けるのだ。Yeah, so that's still almost 6 minute save. Alright. Well, there's 2 full run-throughs. Way of the Samurai 4. New game, Light Hope, also known as True Ending. Yeah, I'm going to have to see where the rest of those time saves are. I think there's definitely a couple of ways that we can make this a bit faster. There's quite a few PVs in there. already, so full hand-to-hand run is very interesting in terms of whether it's going to be the fastest or not. I think definitely taking the time to level up your sword, not worth, because that's at least an extra 5 minutes, slightly more. But the question is, how much additional time save is there using a sword at all? It's possible you can just use a sword up until that torture segment. Beat the sister with the single sword, then grab that and just go ham. Still tempted to consider that might be a fast way of doing it. But that is going to be for another day, because I'm going to leave it at 2 runs. And I'm going to think about how I want to do this going forwards. Plan out some new splits, plan out some new routes, see how it all lines up, see if we can get it sub 50 minutes. That would be nice. But yeah. We're the Samurai 4. True ending. So, yeah, thanks for checking it out. And I will see you guys some other time. Hopefully, we can be super fast, speedy runs at this video game.